Hello there, welcome to another week in the garden. Let's hope the weather's a bit better this week, a bit windy last week. So I'm going to start up in the greenhouse and I'm going to start pricking out some of the brassicas, the cabbages, the Brussels, etc. It might seem a little early, but I need to get on so we haven't got a backlog waiting to all be planted at once, so we can keep a nice conveyor going, if you like, as when the ground's ready and the weather's right, we can just feed them in. Once we've got them growing in the greenhouse, then I should put them outside to harden up a bit, which will also slow the growth down a bit. Okay, so I've put some cabbages in, I'll show you, and now I'm going to do some cauliflowers and we'll show you how we do it, okay? As you can see, I've done the cabbage Sherwood. It's hybrid, I've only done 20. We don't want too many. I think we might finish up with maybe 10 or 12 on the final plant. But these will be obviously summer ones, so we don't really want a lot of cabbage in the summer. We could use them for coleslaws, etc. I've also pricked out a half tray of lettuce little gem. Now when they get a little bit bigger, we'll take those down to the raised frames and they'll grow quite happily under there, and then we'll set again so we get a follower on all the time. We'll just do them in 10 at a time so we don't get too many up. Okay, well, I'm going to pick out these cauliflower fairways. They're quite tall plants, so we'll have to bury them a little bit deeper than normal, but they're going into the just cells, and then it'd be easier to transplant them down the bottom. Fairway again is a summer cauliflower, so we don't want too many, so maybe just a tray, maybe half a tray was finishing. So now this is peat free, and as for all brassicas, I've put it quite firm in the tray. They don't want to be soft. Right, so it's normal. We'll make the hole first, just normal picking out. And we'll lift the plant with the seed leaf, look, nice root on it. And I said they're a little bit tall, but they'll be fine. Put him in. Now, get him in straight. And then, because it's a cabbage, just press to firm, not too firm, but just to make sure it's in firm, okay? We'll let them grow on a bit and then we'll pop them outside. That's it, look, and then just tighten up. I'll do a row so you can see. We ought to make the hole first, it'll be easier. On the seed leaf. They are just beginning to show a true leaf, but I've got that many to get through. I've gone a little early on these, so the others will be on time, so that'll be fine. Let's take one more just to show you. It's very good compost, this John Innings potting. And then just firm it in, you see. So I'll finish this tray. That's the cauliflower fairway pricked out. The compost we used is just straight potted compost, nothing special. But I did make sure it was nice and firm in the pot. Fairway is a cauliflower that freezes very well, so most of that will be harvested and frozen down. Through today, I shall get quite a few of the brassicas pricked out. Now if you leave them too long, you will get very long roots on them and they'll be very, very difficult to get out the seed trays. So if you go a little bit early, you have to be a little bit more careful, but you haven't got the length of root to move across. Okay, that's worth remembering. The other thing we'll do probably tomorrow, if the weather holds, which it looks like it will, is we're going to put the broad beans in. I'm only going to put one row across the garden because I'm not awfully keen on them. I love them myself. Diane likes them, but more than one row would be far too many. The broad bean, they're called Robin Hood. They're making nice plants. I don't like to lift one out just yet because they're in the... Oh, there you are. They've made nice plants. They're in the root trainers. The roots are well through the bottom, as you can see, and then we'll open them up, transplant them into the garden. We will put a frame over them just to keep the pigeons off, because the pigeons will love these. So that'll be those for tomorrow. But they all look well rooted and made good plants, so they're now ready. They've been outside for about 10 days now, and they've had some good frosts on them. They're nice and hardy and ready to go down to the garden. I'll press on with the pricking out of the brassicas for today, and then tomorrow we'll go down the garden. Probably might just put the net on the fruit cage, hopefully. So we'll see you tomorrow. Okay then, bye now. Hello there, we're down the garden today. We've just had a shower of rain and the sun's just peeping out, and it really is a nice day. So we're going to put the broad beans in. They're in the root trainers, so let's have a look. See, there you go, look. You can see how it draws the root down the root trainer, and they're just ideal for popping in now. So we'll put these in a single row, I think. So this land has been double dug and fertilised. We've had some good muck dug into the bottom of it, so these will be fine here. So we'll pop them in. We'll start with this one, then we'll go about 9 inches. There's plenty on these. So the same distance in the ground as what it was in the root trainer. The other thing to tell you is, as soon as we got them in, we'll have to put these covers on just while they settle down, because of the pigeons. Else the pigeons will eat these off in one day. So we'll go 9 inch, so that's 6, 9's about there, look. But we'll take them out as we go. And see the jolly good plants. We'll just pop them in. Just move the soil back with the trowel to round the plant. Just tidy up as you go, and it will save time at the end then. Okay, so one more and then I'll get on and do the row and then show you when it's done. There's 4 of these in a seed tray, but that one managed 2. Again, just move the soil back with the trowel, and then just firm with the fingers, not too tight, don't forget, especially if you're on heavy land. If you tighten them up, you'll seal the ground. I'll put this one in that. Right, I'll get on and finish this row, and then we'll show you with the covers on. Okay. Right, this is the last one of the broad beans. I'm getting a little bit heavier at this end than what it was at that end, but it's well manured. That's the broad beans planted. I'm just going to cover these with these old covers just to keep the pigeons off now, and then we'll go and show you how we got on with the main crop potatoes. If we just pop them on for a few days, maybe a week or so, till they start to grow up to them, and then we'll just take them off. But if we don't put them on, these will be all gone tonight. Right, they are the dwarf broad beans. I didn't want to put the tall ones out down this far down the garden, because you get a bit of wind coming through. If you put the tall ones on, you'll have to protect them so much and support them. It's better just to get a dwarf variety that will suit the conditions a bit more. so I can't see any pigeons at the moment, but no doubt they'll know we've planted them. We're at the potato main crop bed now, which is bed B. Now bed B was double dug and it had manure put into the bottom in the bottom spit, a little bit in the top spit because you don't want too much in the top. Now I've trenched them and put the potatoes in, and I put some organic potato fertiliser in the top with the potatoes. Now I've planted 9 rows, 3 rows of Maris Piper, 3 of King Edward and 3 of Desiree. They just need covering up now, but I've planted them at 30 inches between the rows and 18 inches between the tubers in the rows. So we'll show you how they look. It was a lot of work to get done, but I'm sure it'll be well worth it. Right, these are the 3 rows of Maris Piper. I have covered them up, but more to show you the distance between the rows. Now the soil, this soil up the middle, I shall get the small border fork and I'll keep that well dug, so when we do start to ridge up, I can sprinkle some fertiliser on it, mix it in and then ridge up. And I've got plenty of soil to ridge these up the rows. Also I'll have plenty of room to walk down the rows if I need to spray for the blight, etc. And it will give the air chance to flow through, which will help keep the blight away. These are the King Edwards, all spaced out nicely, as you can see, all taken down to 3 spruts. All the rest of the spruts have been pushed off and now they're ready for covering up. These are 3 rows of Desiree, quite big seed potatoes these were, but Desiree do make a big potato anyway. Again, reduced to 3 spruts and all ready for covering up now. Right, I shall get on and get these all covered up now and snugged in before night. That will be, apart from the ridging up, the next time we'll see what crop we've got off these potatoes when we harvest them. There'll be a little bit of spraying them, no doubt, for blight, because you'll get blight every year, depending on the weather. If the weather's blight weather, we'll get it. The other thing is, while I was raking down the side of the beans, something unusual was dust was coming off the soil at the end of March, which is very, very unusual. Usually very, very wet. So I'll get these potatoes levelled off. I'll show you the bed when it's finished, and then the next time we'll do some ridging up. Okay, right, I'm just going to take the top off this purple sprouting, and we're going to have that with our dinner tonight. Got a nice shepherd's pie and this will go lovely with it. Okay, right, there you are, a lovely little bit of purple sprouting for our dinner tonight. Go and enjoy that. Good for you as well. And I've took them off the top of the plant. Now the plant will actually sprout more from the sides, so that's good. We'll enjoy that. While I'm here, I'll take a little bit of kale out and give that to the chickens so they can have a treat as well. Okay. Hello there. I'm just watering the frame. The seedlings are coming up, but it's such a beautiful week that they're drying out a little bit. So the end of March I'm watering seedlings outdoors. Never been known before. It's the radishes that have come up. It's the purple ones and the free ones that we got from Browns. Germinated in 3 days, that's quite good. But they are in these nets, which will be a little warmer anyway. Right, this is bed B. These are the main crop potatoes. Got them all in now. 9 rows in the end, so we did rather well. I leveled it down a little. The lumps will still want breaking a little bit, and I will fork between the rows to keep it well cultivated, ready for ridging. When we ridge it, we will put some more fertiliser on it. Right, while we're right down the bottom of the garden, I thought we'd just have a look at the Victoria plum with its blossom on. It smells absolutely beautiful as well, really are nice. I like the smell of the blossom. Now, it looks very well. We just hope that the weather is kind to us so that the blossoms can set and we can get some fruit. Last year we had a bad late frost and it took all the plum blossom off, so fingers crossed and we'll be alright. But it's a lovely tree in blossom, very pleased with that. Another little job I've managed to get in, because it's been so nice this week. I've tightened all these frames up now, ready for the brassicas. We've still got 1 or 2 from last year still producing, especially the kale still going well. Purple sprouting, we had some for our dinner the other day. Absolutely beautiful. Tasted superb. We're very pleased with that. But these will be for this year's brassicas. I'm going to plant them a little tight in there, so as some are harvested it makes room for the second one, but I'll show you that as we go. Another little job that me and Diane got done this week, we put the net onto cage. Quite a job, but we got it done in the end, and now because the birds were pecking at the buds, we had to put it on anyway, but it wanted, so it's on and it looks fine. Right, as you can see, the net's on nicely now. We put some cable ties around it just to hold it in place, so I can just snip those off at the end of the season and roll the net off. Now, the strawberry plants are doing rather well. Now, if anybody's thinking of putting a strawberry bed in this year, now's the time to get them and get them in. If you do set a strawberry bed, remember this year you mustn't let them fruit, so any flowers, just snip them off and then they'll fruit better next year. Any fruit trees, you're on the last week to get fruit trees and put them in, and fruit bushes. After this week they won't take very well, so if you want fruit trees and fruit bushes, move quickly. You might get some bargains if you go around the shops now, but get them in and water them well. Right, as we come up to the shed, these are the containers I've repainted. Paint them every year. Floor paint, and these will be for the tomatoes and the peppers. There's just a dozen of them. They'll go into that greenhouse. I put wire mesh on the bottom of them, and then just before I filled them I should put a handful of barley straw in the bottom just to stop the compost from leaching out. It also keeps the greenhouse floor sweet, the barley straw, so that's good to do. While we're here under the grapevine, we'll have a quick look and see how the grapevine's doing. Yeah, the outdoor grapes are fine. They're still getting plenty of moisture from the early morning dews, etc. Now, if your vines are indoors or in a greenhouse, it's best, if you can, to spray them with some lukewarm water before midday preferably, so they've got a chance to dry out, and that'll help them break and wake them up, if you like, to get them going. But ours are fine. As you can see, the little buds are just beginning to burst. I don't want them too far on because there's still a bit of frost about, but there's 1 or 2 showing a little tiny bit of green. But it's Friday today and we're about done for the week, but I'd just like to show you, because a few people have commented on how good my granddaughter's choice of seed were. Now they've sent me some pumpkins and squashes, so I'd just like to show you this, remembering how full the garden is at the moment. I'll just show you what they've sent me, and you can see now the task I'm going to have to do, because if I don't plant them I should be in trouble. Okay, so I'll just show you and then we'll wrap down. So my goodness me, where am I going to put all these? We'll find somewhere, I'm sure. We might have to just do one or two of each. So that'll be my little task for the weekend. That'll be it for this week. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye now.